So stay tuned till the end of the video. I'm going to show you guys what the manifolds look like after I make this 10-hour trip. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure what this is going to look like. So watch till the end. Stay tuned. Back to the Cummins content. You have a lot going on. This is a 24 valve 1999 Dodge Ram with the Cummins diesel engine in it. The goal with this Cummins right here is to completely restore this thing from the ground up. That's my goal with it. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I do appreciate you guys following along. I am making the 10-hour drive to look at a cab that I've never seen in person, and I'm going to purchase this thing and bring it back to Michigan so we can get this thing on the frame. Now, before we do any of that, we have to make sure the frame is completely stripped down. Also, I want to get it sandblasted and I want to paint the frame. And also, before I leave, a good friend of mine, he's actually going to be stopping by. He just bought himself a brand new L5P. It's a 2021. It is sweet. So I have to get it on the channel for you guys. You guys know how these Facebook deals go. You end up being interested in something that you see that's hours away, states away, and you decide to actually drive out there and buy it. And you've never seen it in person. So today I'm going to do that. My problem here in Michigan is I can't find a clean cab. I'm sure they're out there, but they're not listed. As a matter of fact, there was a guy on my Instagram that messaged me a link to this guy's Facebook that he was selling a clean cab. So we have to jump on it. By the way, I had to mention a good friend of mine, Jason. He actually is Whistle and Diesel's cameraman. He's also his mechanic. You guys may have seen this guy on Whistle and Diesel's YouTube channel, but he sells these hoodies. He sent me one. I told him I'd drop it in my YouTube video, but it says tire fryer on it. It's pretty sweet. But I'll leave a link in the description. That guy also has his own YouTube channel as well. But thanks, Jason, for the hoodie. That's pretty cool. Thanks for stopping by. I so appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching the videos. Let's go ahead and get to work. Guys, so as you can see, we have an L5P. This is the Denali version, GMC Duramax. Now, this is like the Cadillac of diesels right now, and it's sitting in my driveway. I can't believe it. It's beautiful. It's black, and it's a dually, which is pretty cool too. I think, what do we have on it, Todd? Like 5 miles on that truck? You just got it from the dealership.
Oh, but probably there's 150 miles on it now.
Ask you, what made you buy this truck?
I just had to have a dually, honestly, and I just love the front end on these GMCs. They just look awesome. So plus they're huge trucks, man. I just wanted the biggest truck. So
what was your first impression when you got on it?
Wow. Well, yeah, going from a gas 6-liter, which is kind of a dog, to that diesel, man, it moves. It scoots for a big old truck. I was impressed.
It's awesome. So what's the overall goal with the truck?
Make it cooler.
Make it go fast?
Bigger, faster, louder, yeah, all that, yeah.
So you need a bumper sticker that says, "I void warranties."
Right. They warned me right at the dealership, like 5 miles on the truck, your warranty's void as soon as you start doing this stuff. So I said, well, then don't try and sell me the extended. I don't need it.
Do for a living, you do construction work and, building things. So this is really going to come in handy as well.
For sure, yeah, it'll be great for pulling the skid steers.
This would be my very first time looking at a 2021 version. I've never actually seen the newer style L5Ps with the hood popped. I know it's a little different. There's some subtle differences. As a matter of fact, they don't even have piping kits that they have out on the market for these trucks. The intakes, hot side, cold sides. But with that being said, I think we're going to do something cool on the channel with this one. I think you guys are really going to like it. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But again, I've never seen under the hood. Todd, can you pop the hood, please?
Is it time?
So yeah, I can actually see it. So it is a little different. Right here, I know the 2019 versions actually were, I think, if I'm not mistaken, were more up here. And when it dropped down, it sat over here. So a little bit different style on the box. But overall, it still has, this is called the sad giraffe right here. This pipe right here, the way it looks. But yeah, there's a lot of goodies that I think we can get ourselves into with this one. I really like it. It's nice, man. It really is. Wow. It's hard to, I just think it's cool because it's in my driveway, So I
Right.
turn the camera on. What do you think about the interior?
I love the interior. I do. It sits a little different, feels a little different. I drive a 2015 GMC, which has a little different feel to it, but this is pretty comfortable. It took a little getting used to after sitting in another truck for 5 years, but I think the interior is cool. Got all kinds of buttons and gadgets to play with. Plenty of storage.
If you were here in person, guys, just smelling the newness of the leather, it's just really nice. They got the nice LEDs in here. Wow, plenty of room. Lots of leg room. Oh. I think at this point, we just got to make her sound like a real diesel.
Yeah, that's the thing. You turn it on, it barely sounds like you started a diesel truck at all.
When you're looking at this diesel right here, what is your opinion on the new Silverado body style?
On the Silverado body style?
Yes.
I like them, but I like the GMC. I like the grill. It's the GMC front end looks better to me. This really just is an eye catcher to me.
Way nicer.
I could put a chair here in front of it, just sit there,
just
look at it.
So, I'm making the 10-hour trip, okay? We're gonna pick up a unicorn cab today, and we're actually in Indiana right now. I've been on the road for about, I don't know, about 3 hours now. So if you're just stopping in, let me get you guys up to speed really quick. We picked up a destroyed Cummins 24 valve. Now it does have 200 overs on it. It's got a Dana 80 rear end. It's got a built transmission. It's also set up for compounds. However, we haven't received those yet, but I'm really considering doing compound turbos versus single. So stay tuned for that. I'm still trying to make up my mind. I've been going back and forth wondering, should I replace the cab or should I just do the body work, which I know how to do the body work. But here's the problem. There's holes in the floorboard, the rockers, the inners and outers, the cab corner. As a matter of fact, I have to go all the way up to almost the window in order to replace this thing. Yes, trust me, I wanted to keep the integrity of the cab because it was my brother-in-law's and I kind of wanted to keep that in the family, but I'm picking up a stripped cab, completely stripped, and I'll be using the insides because the interior is actually in still pretty good shape, and we're going to be putting it into the unicorn cab. The reason why I call it that is because according to the guy, it's in pristine shape. He told me the only thing that's a little questionable is the passenger side door, the big door, not the main door, not the back door, which I'm not really too concerned about. Worst case scenario, I get another door, but the cab is spotless. That's what I more care about. But not only that, not really a deal breaker, but the cab that I currently have right now has a big crack in the windshield. So I'm gonna have so much money and time into this cab when I could be putting more of it into, the build. That being said, the guy wanted $2,300 for the cab with doors and chairs and all that. Of course, I wanted to take the price down because I don't want to spend $2,300. We decided on this. He strips everything out of the cab, but keep the dash because apparently the dash is in good shape. And I'll take all the insides of my cab and put it inside of there. That's the story. Bear with me, guys. You know how this works. You make these long trips and then things don't add up to your expectations. He gave me a lot of detailed pictures and he's very reputable around his community for selling second-gen parts. So we'll see. I'm not going to bore you with the trip. We're going to head over there right now. I'll show you guys the condition of the cab. Then we'll bring it home, take a better look at it, and you guys let me know what you think in the comments. I know he said the door was a little jacked up.
The passenger door?
Yeah.
And we take the driver's doors off.
Oh.
Pull the cabs.
Yeah.
And
All right, boys, we're all loaded up. We're ready to go. Let's hit the road. All right, guys, it's like pitch black outside. It's a late night, so we'll go ahead and get to the next day. I'm actually sitting inside of the car wash because this truck is disgusting. I know I said I didn't want to drive it in the winter with all the salt, but this was such a good deal I couldn't pass it up. But what I will tell you, before I left the house, I fluid filmed everything. So I'm gonna clean everything off. Luckily, all the roads are clean right now. And then once I get it home, we'll go ahead and take it into the next day and I'm gonna show you guys what I have here. And I'll show you guys all the other stuff that I found on the cab. These are my current injector balance rates after 10 hours of driving right here. But so far it looks good. All right, guys, we are home and it's of course the very next day. I had a good night's sleep. I was pretty tired. But we have the truck in the cab. Everything's good, no issues whatsoever. The truck ran beautiful, by the way. It ran perfect. This Cummins build kind of reminds me of the Wife Max build that we did, where we pretty much just took two trucks and put one together. But I was expecting to pick up a donor truck, don't get me wrong. I was expecting to pick up like a half ton. Definitely I'll settle for a cab any day because half the work's already done. The cab's off the frame. I wasn't expecting perfection. I know that I said unicorn cab, but you know, after looking at it in person, of course it does not look as nice as it does in pictures. But some of the little small things I didn't notice, which aren't really that big of a deal because we're gonna paint the truck anyways, are these little dings and dents, like right here, you know. The paint itself, I don't really care about it, but you know, as you can see, it's extremely clean for what it is. Now, the body itself has 371,000 miles on it, but the cab looks like it has 120,000 miles on it. Inside, basically, we just don't have the 2 chairs, but everything else inside is good. One thing that the guy did tell me is that the dashboard is good, and it's not. It's actually a plastic cover that goes over the dashboard. The dashboard is cracked, so no big deal whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take this VIN number, wherever the VIN number is on the cab, right here. I'm going to take this VIN number right here. I'm going to go ahead and just do a title transfer. For some dings and dents and scratches, really, it was worth it. It was worth the $1,700. Oh, and by the way, I picked up some rollers as well for that because these wheels and tires have to go. I am a little sad. I know that I talked about wanting to restore the cab, but with the time, the money, the energy, everything involved, I really just want to go ahead and get this project done and start working on it and finally turn the key for the first time on that Cummins. Be my first time owning one, so I'm really excited about it. Oh, and since you guys watched all the way to this point of the video, you know, of course, we drove the truck for about 10 hours yesterday. What do those brand new PPE manifolds look like? You know how it is when you first get manifolds and they look nice and clean and shiny and beautiful. Of course, one good long drive, they don't look like that anymore. Let's see what they look like. I'm actually on the driver's side looking at everything. It looks like it discolored a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Let's look at the passenger side. I'm gonna keep you guys up to date. I'm curious to see how long this coating right here is actually gonna last on there, but it looks beautiful. Had a 10-hour trip with about, I'd say 800 to 1,000 EGTs pulling a trailer, and it looks almost the same. It looks just like it did when I installed it. And then I want you guys to stay tuned because we're headed back to Ryan's Diesel Service in North Prairie, Wisconsin. We're gonna do some more cool videos there as well as giving away the Victory Max. You guys remember when we announced the winner, but what we're gonna be doing is meeting up with him. My goal here is to meet with him at Ryan's Diesel Service and Kodiak truck there and actually video his reaction seeing it for the first time. Talk to him on the phone. He's actually gonna be driving the Victory Max home. So it's pretty cool. It's a very humbling experience to run this complete giveaway thing. To be honest with you guys, I really wasn't too sure on these giveaways. A lot of guys do a lot of truck giveaways, car giveaways. I never really understand exactly how they do it and what their real intentions are. Not only that, are they actually giving the vehicle away? So, you know, I decided why not run my own and see how it actually works. Matter of fact, I gave a good portion of that money to the Wounded Warrior Project. It's interesting to see how these things actually run, so that's why I wanted to run my own, and I always thought it'd be kind of a cool thing to do anyways. Definitely let me know what you think about this cab right here, and since you've watched this far into the video, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you something right now. You guys already know that I'm gonna be sandblasting the frame, and it's gonna be red, so, but that red isn't gonna be the same color as the body, just a heads up there. So, since you guys watched till the end, I figured I'd spill the beans a little bit. But that may be about a month out from now, maybe a month or so before you guys can see that because I'm going to be spending a lot of time in my cold garage ripping this Dodge apart completely. And then another thing I'd like to mention, if you guys are interested in picking up anything on the website, I'll leave that link in the description below as well. We always appreciate your guys' support because we use those funds to put it right back into these trucks. So that's all the time that we have for today. Thanks again. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the like button. And make sure you guys subscribe if you enjoy the content. Don't miss out on any one of these videos. We're just getting started. Stay tuned.